Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Lilly Loves Tarot. Welcome back to the channel. I do appreciate you. Welcome back. Today, we are going to take a look at some of my gems. One of them, Lily's gems. These are themes and messages that I find in tarot readings. All right, my lovelies. First of all, I just want to give a big hug. I think somebody out here needs a hug. We need some encouragement. We need some inspiration. Yes, we need some inspiration to get us on our way. All right, my lovelies, are we living? Are we loving? And are we learning? I hope so. So, I got some time today. And we are going to get right into it. The theme for today is two phones. That's right, two phones. Why do they need two phones? And this message is not for those who need their phones for their career. This is not that message. So I'm going to hit on somebody's street very quickly. So, what is the two-phone dilemma? Why does it exist? Now, there are those of us who have multiple businesses, and like I stated, I'm not talking to you. If you have multiple businesses and you need multiple phones for your businesses, this message is not for you. This is not a career message for those of you who need multiple phones to handle your career businesses and operations. This is a message that is going to pinpoint the issues around manipulators and why they use two phones. In tarot readings, yes, in tarot readings, there are the themes that come up about communications. Communications can come up through messaging, through phones, spying. All of that shows in the energies in the tarot. Communication. How are people communicating? Are they being transparent or are they hiding? The moon, deception, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands. What's really going on here? If any of you have ever been with a manipulator, I'm sure it has crossed your mind about how in the world do they find the time and the energy to juggle multiple people. How do they find the time and energy to live double lives and keep everybody intact? How are they able to do this? Well, let me share some gems with you. Over the years, I have had the benefit of speaking to other people, not just clients, but other people in general about their relationship issues. And one of the themes that has always stood out is how manipulators are able to compartmentalize their harem. That's right, their harem. Because what you don't understand is if you are dealing with a manipulator, no matter how juvenile, how seasoned, whatever category they find themselves, you will never be the only one. Their egos will not allow it. These are individuals who constantly need validation from other people. And so one person will never be enough. I don't care who you are. I don't care what socioeconomic background you come from. I don't care how many degrees are on your wall. I don't care about your pedigree. I don't care what your zip code is. They have a sensational appetite for attention. They feed off of it. It is like the oxygen that they breathe. And so there is no one person that can accommodate them. Now, you wouldn't know that because most of these types of individuals are masking, and they can mask for large periods of time. And this is where I feel a lot of people get tripped up. When we're thinking about manipulators, for most of us, we're thinking about people who come into our lives very quickly and they hit the exit very quickly. But do not be fooled. Seasoned manipulators can play the long term as well as the short term. It just depends on what benefits they are getting from you. So, depending on their checklist, and remember, you have a checklist also, okay? But they are going to narrow in on what they need at the time. So, for example, if they need a date, if they need to get back at an ex, it depends on what they feel your usage will be, you see, because it's never about real connection. Why? Because it is all manipulative from the beginning to the end. It is all ill will and it is intentional. They do not come into your life to give anything. They come to take and to give the least. So, for those of you who have probably wondered, it started off hot and heavy, right? Well, for a lot of the more seasoned manipulators, they know that they cannot use the same script with everyone. They have to tweak it and they have to adjust. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that the script isn't there, but they know how to tweak it for their benefit to get the most out of you. So, they may invest a little bit. They may sprinkle you in the beginning on occasion. It depends on your character. So, depending on the kind of person you are, for some of them, they have to really dig deep to encapture you and to impress you. So for some of you who will say, I have high self-esteem, I am not easy, I am quite difficult. Well, you are more of a challenge. And they don't run from challenges. They run towards them. So they will go all out. Let me give you an example. I have a client who said to me many years ago, a gentleman that pursued her, and this is two people who are in a heterosexual connection, okay? She really thought this person was the real deal because of the amount of the investment that they had placed upon her. One was a helicopter ride. Well, most people walking around cannot afford to take someone on a date in a helicopter, okay? Let alone take them to another country. So it really depends on the individual and the financial resources that they have at their disposal. Now, that does not negate whether they are coming at you with ill will or not. So let me make that very clear. Okay? So some of them can invest large amounts, some of them can invest small amounts, and some of them can invest medium amounts. But at the foundation and at the core is deception. So it's really manufactured to disarm your defenses very quickly. Because what are we always told? Well, if the person is investing in me, then they love me, then they like me, then I'm the one. Not necessarily. Because if they have the financial wherewithal to jet set you around the world, or to jet set you in your state, or to take you up in helicopter rides, that is not a big deal for them. That is something that is normal. So that's not going to be an issue. You following me? So let me equate that with the two phones. If you are with someone that is being real with you and is being transparent with you, you will know. Your intuition will tell you, number one. Number two, the person in front of you, their actions are going to be congruent with what they're telling you. And they are going to be elastic with you when it comes to the flow of the relationship, because they are really interested in who you are and getting to know you, and vice versa. There is an exchange. There's a level of comfort, but that only builds over time, because trust is not given easily. So when I'm talking about the two phone effect, I'm talking about individuals who are concealing. They're hiding. They're juggling. And they have false advertised who they are and sold you on goods that they don't carry. So all I'm saying is use your spirit of discernment. If someone has multiple phones and they are being upfront with you about the usage of these phones, you will know. You will know right then and there. Your instinct will key in. I've always said, and I've said this many times, deception is an action, but it is also a feeling. It is a nagging feeling. And anyone that I've ever spoken to about manipulators, they've always said to me from the beginning, I had a feeling. I didn't want to tell anyone. I felt foolish. I thought that maybe I was being a little paranoid because I had had other issues in the past with people. But I really feel that if we really tune in to our intuition, to our spirit guides, it will become very clear, because it's a nagging feeling for a lot of people. They'll tell you that from the beginning, I'm not talking about in the middle or in the end. I've actually had conversations with people who will say to me, you know what? I was talking to this person, and while we were engaging in conversation, we hadn't even met yet. We were just talking. I just felt that something wasn't right. And they held it. They didn't really want to comment or really share it with other people. They just felt like, you know what? There's just something that's bothering me, and I just made the decision that I don't want to go and meet this person for coffee, or I don't want to go on the date. And the person stood by their belief system and they didn't go. And it was later that they found out that their intuition led them to the right place. Because the person that they were talking to on the phone, the person that they decided that they weren't a good fit, they found out things later on. So I'm always of the belief system. Do not ignore your intuition. It may be screaming at you. Either it could be screaming at you through a phone or two phones or through email, whatever. If you do not have peace of mind, if your intuition is telling you to run, make the best decision for you. Think it through and understand that your feelings always matter. And even if someone gets upset with you for whatever reason, because you changed your mind, you know that you did it for you, and you know you'll be able to sleep very well at night. So, my lovelies, these are just some gems that I wanted to talk about. And I hope that this message hits home for someone. I want you to continue manifesting exactly what you want. Continue living, loving, and learning. And please, please, Always make sure you're in a safe space and use your intuition. Thank you guys so much. Always blessings to all of you. And until next time, take care.